So in this video, I want to talk about the associate professor trap. And this is the moment where you're an associate professor and you sort of made it through the hurdle of getting tenure, and then you have to do extra demands because that's what expected of you. While other people in your institution that are not tenured, they're trying to do research and stuff. So the trap is the more that you dedicate to service, the less that you can dedicate to research, and it's harder to actually get ahead and actually publish your own research and make it to the next level, make it to full professor. So this is a really tricky thing that we all have to deal with. So I'm an associate professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There are so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor for to help you out. So it's really, really tricky to sort of balance this, find the right balance between doing research and service and teaching when ultimately you do have more responsibilities as you're tenured. And I struggle with this. This is something that I really struggle with. So it's a little, makes me kind of feel uneasy talking about this. But this is definitely something that I really struggle with because I'm the type of person that wants to give back, obviously. And I also want to sort of help out. And that's my dog, Izzy. If you can hear Izzy growling. Izzy, shh. She's sitting there watching out the window and somebody's walking by. So, it is a really, really tricky thing to do. And what you're trying to get to ultimately is to get to that international reputation where you're recognized as a full professor. And it's very tricky to actually get there if you're dedicating a lot of time to doing service and doing teaching. And so there's some things that I've learned to manage this. I'm struggling with it. It's not as easy as one would sort of imagine it would be, but it's very easy. And you can sort of see how this is a trap where you want to dedicate more time to service and teaching and do those kind of things, and sort of pulls you away from doing research. So I think, the ultimate thing that you should be thinking about is that you already are really good. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gotten tenure. And I think that sort of self-confidence that you need is very important to sort of take you to the next level. And you can sort of keep that with you and know that you don't have to do everything that is asked of you, and you can dedicate time to your research. So this is the second thing that's important, is learning how to say no, or learning how not to offer your time. It's hard for all of us that are sort of overachievers and want to achieve different things not to say no. But you really can say no to different things, and learning to practice that, I think, is a good skill for all of us. It's a good skill for me to learn. Is that just, it's okay to say no whenever something is given to you. And, so saying no to different things is going to help you out. Another really important thing is knowing that one of the largest sort of burdens that I've experienced, probably you've experienced if you're watching this, is that teaching preps and teaching different preps, so different preparations for different courses, they're super time consuming and they eat up a ton of time. So, you might want to offer your time in different ways and help out in different ways, but those teaching preps are just going to eat it up. They're going to eat up so much of your time, and it takes a lot of work, and you're going to be doing, they take, if it's a new prep, it might take you several months at least to prepare for a course, right? It's going to at least take you a month to prepare for a course. And so that's a lot of time to dedicate to sort of the teaching side of things when you should be doing research. And so keep that in mind. It's a lesson that I've learned, and it's tough to not to do those teaching, all that sort of teaching stuff, to let other people do different things. Um, you know, what is important is to know, and this is part of the sort of self-confidence thing, and as I mentioned at the beginning, is that know that you're good. It's really important to know that you can walk away from the career and you can walk away from the position at any time. I think for me, and I think probably for you as well, one of the hardest things with getting tenure is that sort of feeling that you can walk away. It's like almost like golden handcuffs, right? or if you get a great union job, for example, it's hard to walk away from something to go to do something else. But whenever you lose that feeling, that's when you lose bargaining power in your life. And you start getting attached to different things, and that's where you can get taken advantage of in different ways, because you have that sort of feeling that, man, I should be, I have to do this, and I'm obligated to do this thing, and it gives you a lot less leverage instead of saying, no, it's not me, I'm not going to do this, it's not my responsibility. And that sort of walk away, that ability to walk away, I think, is very important to sort of stand your ground and to know that you don't have to dedicate to different things. You can walk away from different things, and you can say, you know what, I just don't want to do this anymore. And that is a really important tool that you have in with you, so that you can sort of develop in the career and have that confidence as well. And this is the last thing that I want you to point out, and I think this is so vitally important for all of us. The biggest thing that we have is that self-confidence, and we can stand up for ourselves in different ways, right? So to navigate the associate professor trap is to know that you have that self-confidence to be able to say no, to be able to take a step back, to say, no, I'm not going to do that. Or I'm going to dedicate my time to something else, and something that I choose to do, rather than something that is asked of me. I think that's very, very important for all of us to take forward whenever we're dealing with the associate professor trap. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.